What's going on, everyone? So we got Laker news that the Lakers have officially signed Christian Koloko. Now, yesterday, late last night, we got information that the Lakers were the front runners to sign Koloko because the Lakers need some depth in the front court, particularly with Christian Wood expected to miss at least 8 weeks. There aren't details, at least at the time of recording this video. I tried to give it a little time to see if maybe we were going to see if, was it a two-way? Are they waiving, calling Castleton or something like that? Was it a actual signing deal? Does that mean a trade is coming? I was trying to wait and see and kind of let, that follow-up report come through. But no, it's been basically 50 minutes and we haven't gotten anything. So we do not know the details as to how he was signed. It looks like it's a training camp deal, but I can't imagine Koloko signing a training camp deal when other teams are offering more than that. But here's what Shams told us. He said, the Lakers and 7-foot center Christian Koloko have agreed on a deal. Agent Calvin Andrews of Clutch Sports says Koloko is expected to have an opportunity for a role in the Lakers front court after he receives clearance from the league's fitness panel. So we are still waiting for the fitness panel to make a decision and basically clear him just for the medical purposes, right? He's coming off of blood clots, which many thought was going to be season or career ending. Not obviously it ended the season last year, but career ending. And then they had some breakthroughs. They were able to kind of clear it up, and he is expected to return. So now the Lakers are going to add a true 7-footer, excellent shot blocker. I mean, he averaged 1 block a game in very limited minutes and not a real significant role. But problem is how is he going to come in? The problem with Koloko is there's so many question marks and so many unknowns about him as a player this year. Him coming into the league, Arizona, he was great. Gets drafted. Toronto, you see the signs, but he was a development big. It wasn't like, oh, he's a guy that's coming in and, you're going to slot him in for 30 minutes a game. No, it was a guy that was coming in that you were going to spend, 3-4 years really growing and developing. And now by 25, 26, boom, he's ready to come in, be your starting center, and kind of carry the torch for whichever team he was on at the time, Toronto. Well, then the blood clots happened, set him back a year, and now he's signing with the Lakers, which is, again, great. I love it. But how are they signed? Does this mean a trade is getting done? Right? Does this mean that they're going to bring him with the roster? Because based on Shams' report, he says that he's expected to get an opportunity in the Lakers front court. How, Sway? How? The Lakers have a full roster, and they can't just waive anybody, because if they waive anybody, it still counts towards the cap. So the only way that they could do that is a salary dump. So are you giving up assets to go and bring in Koloko? Look, I like Koloko a lot. I think that him as a development big is great, but he's coming off of a year of not playing basketball, right? And he was dealing with blood clots, right? And I am glad, I am thrilled that he's actually getting the opportunity to come back in the league, because usually that's career ending. So the fact that he's getting a second chance, I love it, right? I want to see him succeed, especially with the Lakers, right? If the better he is, the better the Lakers are going to be, right? So please, I'd love if he becomes a 10-10 guy with 2 blocks a game or whatever, right? That would be a just home run, right? I am all for that, but realistically, for a team that's not in a position to where we're trying to, we're trying to rebuild or we're trying to tank, no, we're trying to win now. So if you're going to give up assets to go get Koloko, why didn't you do that for Valanciunas? Why didn't you do that for one of these other centers? Right? Are you still trading for Valanciunas, which I believe the Lakers need? I don't think Koloko is going to be able to come in with him and Jackson Hayes. I don't think that's the answer. Koloko's smaller or skinny, weighs less than Jackson Hayes, if I'm not mistaken. He's only 230. What does this mean for Colin Castleton? Right? Does this mean Colin Castleton's on his way out? Right? Which, that's unfortunate. The Lakers clearly value Koloko over Castleton. They have been developing Castleton for 3 seasons now, and he can't even crack the floor. Right? So if he's not ready, let him go. Let him go. Bring in Koloko on a 2-way. and then save your assets for an actual real trade. Look, Koloko solves a need right now, right? Can rebound, run the floor, block shots, right? All the things we need. But to what level? Right? He's a big question mark. Obviously, I'm sure the Lakers are going to evaluate and gauge him, during training camp and stuff. But, what is he really going to be able to come in and play a role big enough to where it actually matters? And then if you go trade for Valanciunas, now he's like your fourth center, right? Unless you're signing him on a two-way, which if you're signing him on a two-way, that's fine. If you're bringing him in on a two-way and letting Colin Castleton go, which it would bother me if they just let Castleton go and we never got to see what he could bring. Colin Castleton is incredibly skilled, incredibly gifted. He plays small at times, right? He's 6'11". He plays like he's 5'11" at times. But how do you know unless you just throw him to the wolves and he either gets eaten or he makes it out, right? Pick a lane. Now, so to me, and then it's what, are you getting rid of Jackson Hayes? Who are you trading to bring in Koloko if you're going the roster route? Right? So you're not going to just swap Jackson Hayes for Koloko. They're the same age, and Jackson Hayes is more proven. He's not the shot blocker, but we've seen what he can do when he's on, right? There is a lot of similarities. There are pros and cons for both. But I think it's redundant to get rid of Jackson Hayes to bring in Koloko, right? And then what? You're going to get rid of Christian Wood? Sure, there's the argument because he's probably going to miss the first month of the season. Okay, but he's better than all the vet minimum guys. And you probably have a need at the power forward position now. So Christian Wood makes even more sense. So it's just you have Wood at the 4, sure. Okay, but so wait, you get rid of Reddish? Okay, he's probably the most likely case. But if you get rid of Reddish, you need to make sure Jared Vanderbilt is ready. Because if Jared Vanderbilt isn't ready, and you just let your best sizable defender that can do their best Vanderbilt impression go, you could be in a spot. You could be in a bit of a bind here. So it's just, again, I love that the Lakers are signing Koloko, but how? If it's just a training camp deal, then what's the point, right? You got Kyler, you got what's the point, right? I mean, I guess to kind of give him a look, but from Koloko's standpoint, why would he want to do that? I don't see him, and look, again, maybe the details come out after this video, but at least at the time of recording this video, we don't have the details. I don't see a scenario where he's signing a training camp deal when there's other teams willing to sign him to at least a two-way, right? So that tells me he's at bare minimum getting a two-way deal. You're not getting rid of Blake Hinson. You definitely cannot get rid of Armel Traore. Do not get rid of Armel Traore. He might be the best young guy we have. I mean, including Max Christie, all of that, right? And then, Colin Castleton, fine. You waive Colin Castleton and bring Koloko, but how much better is Koloko than Castleton? I think long-term, sure, you can make the argument as far as of what we need, that shot-blocking big man that can block shots, but Kyler, led the G League in that, right? So, is he better than Kyler? There's so many unknowns still, right? I'm all for big men, but we're not a rebuilding team. We're a team that needs to win right now. And I don't think Koloko's the answer. I think long term, 2-3 years from now, I think he could be our starting center, and he's the guy that you're slotted alongside an Anthony Davis or whomever, if Davis runs off. I could see Koloko being the starting center 2-3 years from now, right? Because it's probably going to take him a year to really kind of get back into the flow and the rhythm of things, right? So I can see Koloko at some point being the starter for the Lakers. But we're not a team that's 2-3 years from now we're hoping. No, we're a team that's got LeBron James and Anthony Davis, right? And this is the move, right? It's just something's not adding up. And look, I could be completely wrong, tinfoil hat on. it just feels like something is coming down the pike. That there's something more than just Colin Castleton getting waived and, they're replacing him with Koloko. Again, I could be wrong. We don't have the details at the time of this video. Again, maybe after this video uploads, maybe we get the news that, hey, they waived Colin Castleton and brought in Koloko, and there's that. We'll see. Time will tell. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like that the Lakers are bringing on Koloko? How do you think that the Lakers are going to bring him on? Are they bringing him on to a training camp deal? Are they bringing him on to a two-way? Are they bringing him on to the actual roster and maybe a trade or something gets done? I just don't think Koloko is worth trading 2 seconds to get off of Cam Reddish for. Again, I like Koloko, but not like I like him as a long-term project. If you want to waive Colin Castleton and sign him to a two-way, fine. Again, I'd be a little disappointed, but fine, right? Just because it sucks that we never get to really see what Castleton was made of. But again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.